wanted to come tell a story, we put it together.
Yeah, seriously. It's like overnight, it's like, let's fucking make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy that was trying to, butt in, but, I really had a good story, and I kind of decided it's time someone else hears this, because it's just, it's too funny to, like, not share.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got it. It's...
Well, let it be known, yeah, nobody's ever butting in. If you want to get on the show, just hit us up,
Exactly.
Hit us up, on Twitter at comingdownpod, or email us comingdownpod@gmail.com. There's our housekeeping shit.
Nailed it.
What a plug.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Never didn't have it.
Right? Totally. It's like we haven't even taken any time off, man. I fucking still know what I'm doing. Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, spin us a yarn, dude.
So... this is a story about the first time that I took edibles.
Yes.
And it comes in two parts. And the one thing that you guys need to know before I start telling the story is that a few months ago I decided to live in my car, which becomes very important in the second part. I'm not trapped. I'm choosing to live in my car so I can save up to make a down payment on a house.
Hell yeah.
It's been hard, but it's been fun. I love it.
Man, what a boring dystopia, man.
I know, right?
I'm gonna live in my car for a year and buy a home.
Not only that, but you have to offer these disclaimers of like, it's cool, like I'm okay, I'm doing this by choice.
I'm not drowning here. I'm not like in danger. I'm choosing to do this. I'm not.
Well, because I mean, fuck, dude. You tell somebody that you're living in your car, and it's like, dude,
can I help you?
Yeah, and like, so are tons of other people. So it's like, fuck, like, maybe we should help you out.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what a fucking crumb-ass world we live in, where it's like, you can either live in your car to save up enough money to buy a home, or you can just pay rent till you die.
Yep.
Which is the boat I've been in for years, and it's like...
That is the exact boat I'm trying to avoid.
Exactly, right? I'd love to buy a home, but I can't, because I'm fucking paying all this rent that goes up every year.
Yep.
Yeah, literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month just going down the toilet.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I want to build equity. Like, this sucks, but it's like how I want to do it.
I think it's a very smart move, dude, for sure.
It's bold, but fucking...
Yeah.
I hope it works out. I really hope it works out.
I've gotten a lot of mixed reactions. I got a lot of people like, yeah, that's really smart, you should do it. And you got a lot of people that are also like, oh, I don't know, it's pretty dangerous around here.
I mean, the only thing that like is a bummer is that you can wreck your house.
Right. Well, and that like your job is delivery, so you're delivering in your house,
Yeah.
It makes me a lot more careful.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm not making as many of the bold driving decisions as I used to.
Yeah.
Coming from 2 wrecked cars in a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a lot more conservative now. Consistent and fast when I do deliveries, but conservative.
Yeah. That's good.
Anyway, so this all started when I had one of my bosses approach me, and he said that another store, Pizza Hut on 181st, needed someone to close. I hate driving at that store, and the reason
that's
is
in the deep cuts, man.
It's in the deep cuts. It's dangerous at night. The roads are awful, and the delivery map spawns from the Columbia River all the way down to like West Powell.
Hell no!
It is a huge delivery zone.
It's like half the metro area. Fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty much the entirety of Gresham, because I think there's one other store that's out in like Troutdale that's like farther out that way, and then it's just 181st.
So from Troutdale to the Numbers?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's not very well spaced.
No.
Man. And I was kind of reluctant at first, but I was like, our store, we work at 122nd. We're not gonna be hurting from having one less driver tonight. We'll still have 2 other drivers. They'll probably have a little bit of a backlog, but they're not gonna be struggling.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
So I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll drive at 181st for the first time ever. Big mistake. They had one other driver that was there till 10. They had a shift lead, and they had the GM, because they have no other staff.
What the fuck?
They have absolutely no other staff. They are dying for people right now.
That's like the Springfield pizza pipeline, but with like 10 times the delivery area. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's kind of a nightmare store, but it's also our area manager's like best store in quotations. because it does do so much business.
Well, I'm sure they're fucking turning profit hand over fist if there's only a general manager, a driver, and a fucking grunt.
They're just working everyone to the fucking bone.
Yeah.
You'll make profit.
No shit.
It was pretty brutal, just like watching it all unfold. And they do a lot of things differently than 122nd. Our store does. But our store is just in general kind of different. We kind of do our things our own way.
Well, fuck, man. I mean, like, I don't mean to cut you off, but like, just from a pure pizza logistics standpoint, like, you would have to like stop orders after a certain point and then like start them again and like fucking take the phone off the hook just so that you're not fucking dealing with people. Like, that's a logistical fucking nightmare right there.
So our store only has one phone that we take orders from. Their store had 4.
What?
They had 4 phone lines all connected to the same number. Sometimes when I'd come in between deliveries, there'd be like 3 phones sitting out waiting for someone to come up and talk to them. And
that
then there's like
pure
15
nonsense.
There's like 15 deliveries. And it's like,
man.
I probably should take these phones, but at the same time we have 15 people waiting for their pizzas.
Wow. That is some mismanagement right there. Jesus.
I don't even think it's just like it's a retention issue. So they had a manager that was really good. But they pissed him off somehow. I don't know what they did. Didn't pay him enough, or he just got disgruntled and left. But when he left, over half the staff went with him.
Whoa, fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
And
no wonder that store's so fucked.
Daniel, that manager, was actually a really good manager. He was very intense. And so a lot of people like didn't like him. I kind of like didn't like him at first, but like as I understood like how he ran things, I kind of started to like him a little bit more, but he was a very intense guy.
Okay.
And everyone at his store loved him, and then they pissed him off. Everyone left with him, and now the store's an absolute mess.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So I get called in to come and do a closing shift, and running delivery, and I get this delivery that is I want to say it's deep West Powell, so it's like very far because this store is 181st and Halsey, so you got to drive all the way down to Powell, and then you got to get far enough into Powell that it stops becoming Southeast Powell and it becomes West Powell.
Oh shit!
Right.
So like
So you gotta cross the
you gotta go into Gresham. This is in Gresham.
Okay, right. I'm like, West Powell, how do you do that in Portland, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
The answer is Gresham.
We're in Gresham, okay.
And I look at the delivery address, and there's an apartment number. It was like 001114. That's a lot of apartments.
That is an insane amount of
I've
apartments.
never seen an apartment like complex that large.
Whoa.
That's tens of thousands of apartments.
I don't know how it might have been just 100114, but it's still
It might have even been that numbering just because of weird like quad stuff that they're doing. But
Right.
like,
But huge
either way,
complex.
that's fucking dumb.
right. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? This is gonna be a lot of fun trying to find this place. I leave. I get to the apartments. It is massive.
Fuck.
It is huge. I spend probably about 5 or 10 minutes kind of driving around trying to find the apartment number, and I think I find the right one. I get out, and I go and I knock on the door 2 times, 3 times, no answer. All right, you know what? I'm probably not at the right one. That's okay. I'm going to go back to my car, and I'm going to call the guy and see if he can give me any more directions.
There you go.
Because, you know, sometimes people forget their apartment numbers. That's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
Stone people are ordering pizza. Like
All the time. All the time. So, like, you know
Sort of the main customer base, actually.
that's
That's why we're in business.
That's a pretty large customer base.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, I'm gonna give this guy a call and see if he can help me out at all. And as the phone is ringing, this other guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, are you doing okay? Can I help you find the place?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I kind of like show him the apartment number, and he's like, "Oh, you should check the other side of the street. It has the exact same overall address, and there's another 2,000 or 3,000 apartments on that side of the street."
No.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you know what? That's really cool, and that's really convenient.
Oh my god.
I get in my car, and I spend another 15 minutes driving around this complex.
Holy fuck.
don't even see the number. I actually get to where the number's supposed to be, which was 01114, and I see just see 1113 and 115. So I'm like, well,
Great.
it's supposed to be in between these two. It's not here. So you know what? I'm going to continue and I'm going to call this guy again before I decide to go back to the store.
Right.
Probably about 30-45 seconds of ringing. Is about to go to the voicemail box, and I get the answer. Hey, this is Isaiah. I'm your Pizza Hut delivery guy, and I can't find your apartment. Oh, it's right here at the exact apartment that I had knocked at previously.
No,
Shut up.
really?
Those
I was like,
bastards.
oh, so yeah, I had knocked here previously. It's like, oh yeah, I must not have heard you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I've only been here half an hour, but
Fucking
you know
do
what?
contactless delivery, you monsters! Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? Yeah, cool. And I go and I drive back around, and I am his apartment was on like the driveway into the main complex, so I just kind of park in that driveway just because I'm trying to get him his pizza and go back.
yeah.
And I get him his pizza. And he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that. I just didn't hear you knock," and blah blah blah. blah. I was like, I'm obviously a very nice person. I really try to be a good, like...
I can vouch for that.
I can be a very good customer service person. You guys have seen me in customer service multiple
100%.
times.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I really try hard to make sure that my customers are taken care of. And it's like, yeah, thank you. Didn't even leave me a tip. Yeah.
No.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I give
Son
him
of a bitch.
Wait for it. This is where it gets interesting. I give him this food, and he's very grateful, and I kind of start to walk back to my car, and then as I'm about to get in, he's like, so, do you participate in recreational cannabis? And I kind of looked back at him and was like, well, as a matter of fact, I do. Since I started living in my car, I've actually been smoking weed, so that way it helps me sleep.
Yeah.
Which is really good because, depending on where I'm parked at for the night.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, because, I don't know, I've known you for a good while. I've never really known you to be much of a stoner, but
Not
also
really.
never really asked, so...
Not really that much of a stoner, but, weed has really helped me to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are some nights where I sleep in the Pizza Hut parking lot, which you guys will soon find out. And then there are other parts of town. Sometimes parks can get really loud at night too.
God, no kidding.
I have a ton of stories I could tell you guys later about it too. It's wild. But he asked me if I enjoy cannabis. I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, all right, cool. Hold on one moment. And he goes and runs back into his house. I wait there about a minute. I'm like, man, I'm kind of blocking this complex's...
Yeah, you've already burned 20 minutes in the parking lot here.
I've kind of already, I've been sitting here for some time. I'm not trying to block any traffic. None has come yet, but I'm sure it will if I stay here long enough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And he comes out with this big Ziploc bag full of edibles. Probably about half a pound, 3/4 of a pound of edibles. A lot of edibles.
What?
He's
I've seen a lot of weed in one place. I have never seen a lot of edibles in one place.
It was a ton. It was probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 individual pieces in this little,
That-
gummy edibles.
That is the
Nice.
most dangerous pile of marijuana I've ever heard of.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's so much.
My heart skipped a beat. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of edibles.
And he was like, yeah, I work at a dispensary, and,
Oh my God.
we make and package these, and would you like some? And I was like, yeah. I was kind of taken aback because it really was a lot of edibles. And he was like, yeah, okay, so the small one's probably about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. Those are 30 milligrams. And then the big ones, which were about inch and a half square, those are 60 milligrams.
Those are the ones I take to sleep.
Yeah. That's a lot more powerful than I thought they were going to be.
Well, I'm a motherfucker who rips dabs all day, so
There you go.
Yeah, that would literally kill me. I know you can't fucking OD on weed, but, I'd be the first.
Oh, I disagree. I have OD on weed many times. It was just never fatal.
Right.
So I'm actually very thankful because this is obviously an insane tip,
Right?
more than I've ever made in any cash.
Well, because edibles actually cost a lot of money. Like weed's cheap as fuck. But
Yeah,
like,
what a 60 milligram gummy is like $8-10 or something like that.
Well, 100 are now like eight
Yeah.
bucks, but like still, like
Yeah.
it was 60. Yeah,
Didn't they like increase the maximum that
Yep.
you can sell to
Yep.
to 100 milligrams?
exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's just 2 of the same size gummy in the fucking same container for the same price. It's hilarious.
Awesome.
It's a race to the bottom in the fucking weed world.
Yeah, it is.
So I take these and I go back. Turns out
Wait, how many did you get? How many did he give you?
he gave me a good batch. I never actually counted them, but if I had to take a guess, it was probably about 50 between the 60 milligrams. And
So he just
took a scoop
just a whole fucking scoop, just like
put them in his bag.
Have fun, bro. Oh my god.
holy shit.
It was a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. That's enough to cripple someone. Jesus Christ.
Luckily, I didn't take the whole bag. At
Well,
once.
see,
Yeah.
I was going to say, did he give you any advice about this?
Nope.
Fuck.
Because I've never taken edibles before. I wasn't expecting him to give me edibles. I was expecting him to give me some flour,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
pre-rolls or something like that.
Because that's a reasonable thing to do for a pizza delivery. Like,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
here's a joint, man, or here's a nugget.
He kind of even had to entice me. He was like, "Yeah, all of the delivery drivers take a little bit." And I was like, "This is more than a little bit." But you know what? I'll be cool. Sure. I don't deliver into this zone often, so if there's any repercussions, it's not going to be my problem.
That's right. This is your first foray into this nonsense.
And yeah,
Jesus.
this whole neighborhood, I'm never going to go back in. I mean, it was a nightmare.
If you see that address, just be like, no, not taking it.
I got back. I was gone for like 50 minutes, and the shift lead was up my ass. I was like, what took so long? And I was like, just trying to explain. I didn't even mention the edibles.
Of course not.
No,
I'm
no.
not going to get. I'm going to get in trouble if I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, don't mention that. Don't mention the edibles.
No,
Yeah.
you were driving around in a maze for 20 minutes
Yeah, be
before
like,
the
"Have you
people
been to
whose
this?"
apartment that you went to the first time finally told you that that's where it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was up my ass, and like I kind of explained to him what happened, and he kind of just gave me this like pissed off look, and just went back to what he was
Oh
doing.
boy.
I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm here helping you out.
Yeah, like I get it. He's stressed as fuck because he's like, basically the only one there. But also,
I'm not like.
that's not your problem.
I'm not. I mean, again, I'm a pretty cordial guy. I'm not gonna like backtalk this guy.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Sure.
get
Also,
into
but
it
this
with
isn't
guy.
your store, right?
Right.
So
It's
you're
not.
just like, whatever.
You're doing him a favor and he's
Right.
up your ass. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like the GM from that store. I only met him the one time, but he was super cool, nice.
Hell yeah.
But the shift lead. This is a shift lead from Daniel's era, and Daniel did not like 122nd. He would shit talk 122nd all the time. So
Oh hell no, dude.
yeah, which made me wonder why even more. Why did I come here and like
Yeah, right.
decide to help? But you know what? I'm a nice guy. I wanted to try and help. So
It's funny to know that the like location tribalism exists in other franchises in other cities because it was definitely that way with Pizza Pipeline in Eugene. It was just,
Oh, man.
fuck these Springfield cats. Am I right?
When I worked at Best Buy, I went and covered a shift at fucking Washington Square.
Oh,
and
shit.
I worked 82nd.
Yep.
Or Clackamas.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we were definitely the fucking, like, redheaded stepchild of
Oh,
fucking the
I'm
Best Buy
sure.
world.
Yeah, I'm sure. All these downtown cats are like, oh, where do you work? Oh, 82nd.
Yeah, totally.
Jeez.
Or no, well, I worked Washington Square, Beaverton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was all the suburb people being like, cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
And they kind of, like, did the same shit with me. Like, the dude, like, the shift lead was like, cool, so what was your sales today for this shift? I was like, 0, bro. Like, I'm here fucking filling in.
Yeah, I'm a warm body, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fucking lean on me today.
Yeah, I sold nothing.
Yeah. I fucking traipsed about. What do you want from me?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, that's great. All right, so you got more edibles than you know what to do with.
yeah, I finished my shift there. I did like 10 hours between the delivering and then making all the dough and cleaning and all of that. Did 10 hours. I think I got like $30 out of the entire night for
Balls.
probably
Oh,
like $20
man.
for like 20 deliveries, about $20-$30.
So fucking...
It was a pretty bad night.
Fuck that noise.
So Greshamites don't fucking tip for shit is what I'm hearing.
I have been told, and this is legend, that the 181st store is really good at tips some nights and really bad at others.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really hoping that it was going to be one of those good nights.
Yeah.
It was not.
No.
I more or less just lost money.
Right.
they gave you gas reimbursement, but I'm towing like a bed in the back of my car as well. So my gas is like hurting a little bit.
Right.
I'll be lucky to like make $5 a gallon of my gas reimbursement on top of my tips, but it was pretty bad. I put more wear on my car between all the awful roads and all the nonsense that's out that deep. But I got this big bag of it.
Fucking hey, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never done edibles before.
Oh,
I'm gonna wait and experience this with someone.
So you have smoked weed at this point, but
Yes.
not eaten edibles.
So
Got it.
I have at this point. This happened in July. I had smoked weed for probably about 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I started down in Cottage
So like
Grove.
you had a little bit of a tolerance, and you've had some
Right.
experience. Like your feet are officially wet at this
Right.
point.
I have family in Cottage Grove who that's kind of what they do all day. Is
Okay.
they smoke and all that, and so like I kind of started down there, you know, because that's like my vacation spot. I go once every few months
Sounds
for
chill
a
as fuck.
weekend and
Hell yeah.
Cool.
smoke out and all that, and that's a lot of fun. A lot of
Cool.
swimming holes. But that's where I started.
Dude, some good swimming holes down there too.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, anywhere in Southern Oregon is gonna have some killer spots.
But Cottage Grove especially, man.
Yeah.
I got the honey spot is down there. Like, oh, it's
you
near
got
deer.
a particular spot? That you
Yeah, the honey spot.
the honey spot?
Yeah, it's mile marker 8 outside of
Fucking
Dexter.
keep it
man.
off mic, bro.
Don't worry, we'll edit that out.
Yeah. Can't give away the fucking secrets on this shit, man.
I think it's called Horsetail Falls.
Oh, Horsetail Falls is the
there's a-
shit, dude.
It's something like that. Yeah, it's cliff jumping out there, and then
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like
Sick.
tons of deep water.
Yeah.
So that's a ton of fun. And then when I went down a couple weekends ago, we did Triangle Lake, the rock slides down there, which are dangerous.
I haven't been there since I was a kid, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a ton of fun, but you got to be very careful because people, if you mess up on kicking off of those rocks or you keep your head down, you're gonna get hurt.
Gonna have a bad
I think
time,
someone
yeah.
actually died from U of O a few months ago at that spot.
Whoa.
It's very
Doing like cliff jumping?
no, the rock sliding.
It's like
Oh.
water on
So-
the rocks.
It's
Oh.
water coming down rocks, and over time the water has smoothed out those rocks so much that they're very smooth.
Uh-huh.
So when you're on the water, you kind of like hydroplane down this like
What?
the
Just,
side
like,
of
on
this
your
hill.
feet?
On your butt.
Yeah, if
Oh,
you're
okay.
smart, you do it on your butt or your back, but there's idiots who do it on their feet all the time.
Okay.
And then like you got to kick off.
But it's
this-
just like a natural fucking water slide?
Water slide,
Yeah.
exactly.
Made out of rocks?
It's a slip and slide, yeah.
and then
Holy
it
shit.
comes out to this big pool at the bottom with a tree broken down in it, so you can do jumps off of that. Yeah, it's a cool
Fuck,
spot.
that's cool.
Buddy, telling you.
What have I been missing? Fuck, man. All right, I'm fucking turning this off. We're getting in the car, man. Like,
Triangle Lake rock slides. It's a lot of
okay.
Ah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
So the edibles. Cut to a couple of nights later. My boss is a cool person. He's a pretty cool guy.
All right, because you're like, I'm gonna do this with someone. You didn't just like go home and was like, nom nom nom.
My boss is a cool guy.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. We hang out. We have fun.
Hell yeah.
You know, we're on pretty good terms. I just asked for a raise. I hope he's going to give it. If you're listening to this, bud, you know what to do.
You're on notice.
Otherwise, we're posting this shit to anti-work. We're gonna fucking air you out, dude.
I told him about it. He's like, "Oh, that's really cool, man. Don't let anyone know." And then him and I are hanging out on a break. I obviously wasn't smoking, but he was like smoking out of a vape, and he kind of takes a drag. He's like, "So those edibles." I was like,
Alright.
"Yeah, what about them?" He's like, "You got them on you?" He's like, "Well, yes, I do." So I go in and I pull out my edibles, and I give him a 30 milligram one, and I give myself a 30 milligram one.
Giddy
And
up.
I'm about to eat it. He's like, wait. Only one for you?
This motherfucker,
Are you a coward?
he's officially
No.
on my shit list.
You know what? You're right. Oh, yeah. I'll get another 30 milligram one.
That son of a bitch.
Oh.
No, like, let's fucking wait an hour and see. Like, oh.
It was the end of the night. Like, I was about to leave. There's no like.
You're still at the hut though.
Yeah, I'm at the hut. I'm about
Yeah.
to leave. There's a closing driver. It's him and a closing driver at this point. There's no need for a coke. It's a slow night. Whatever.
So he's not even gonna hang out with you, and he's fucking instigating you to fucking get more fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, you're a coward. Take another one. So yeah, I take 2. I eat them. I'm like, this isn't too bad. I'm feeling fine. Not realizing that it takes some time.
A while.
Because normally when you smoke, it's pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, there's Creeper, but like Creeper
Yeah.
never takes longer than 15 minutes.
Right.
You know?
Like normally I feel something immediately.
Same.
And then
Yeah.
it kind of like progresses and gets more and then less. But it's never been that bad. I've never had it that bad.
No, this is the fucking hidden fucking trap of edibles. Is
Right.
Like, it is definitely possible to take way too much before you can fucking do anything about
60
it.
milligrams for my first time. And normally
Like the fucking beginner edibles are all 5 milligrams.
that's what
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Is that when I told my cousins about this a few weeks ago, they were like, "Yeah, you probably should have had like a third one of those
Yeah, dude.
Exactly. Like
for your
30,
first time."
30 was too much. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. But yeah, well, this isn't too bad. This is pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go finish dough and go home. And so
You're still like working a little bit.
yeah,
Though?
I've still got like half an hour, 15 minutes.
No, but I mean, like, I used to do shit like this, like go take a rip before you like do the final
for the
cleaning,
last
you
bit,
know,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Just get a little stoned and fucking finish out the night. Like, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like,
No, that's
I
like regular shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that edibles are supposed to take a while to like fully fuck you up.
Right.
I was like, yeah, this really isn't that bad. So I do the rest of my work. I was starting to kind of feel a little bit. I was like, man, I'm getting really fucking hungry. I'm gonna make me some traditional wings.
Yes.
So pop some traditional wings into the fryer. Waiting for those. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm really fucking hungry. I think I'm gonna go to Plaid Pantry.
Love this. Yes.
And so our Plaid Pantry is really close by. It's literally, it's not even a street over. So we walk over to the Plaid Pantry. And
Are the wings still in the fryer at this point?
yeah, there's a timer, so it's not like they're going to burn down the store.
Okay.
This wasn't on the news.
But are like at this point, are you like thinking I've got enough time to go to Plaid Pantry while these wings are frying?
I forgot about the wings.
Okay,
Immediately.
that's what I was trying to put together. I'm like, are you so high that you forgot that you were cooking?
I didn't
food?
even feel
All right.
that high. I was like, man, I'm really hungry. I'm going to make some wings. A few seconds later, man, I'm really hungry. I'm going to go to Plaid.
Yes. This all
Love where this is going.
All checks out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I go to Plaid, and I'm kind of like stumbling around, and I'm actually like on pretty good terms with the Plaid people. Like they know me pretty well. They did not know me that night very well. I was like stumbling in there. I was like, man, I kind of had like the glazed eyes. Like, they didn't tell me this. This is just what I remember from being like somewhat self-aware.
Right.
I couldn't close my mouth. I was like, I'm hungry. And I get me some donuts, some of the glazed or the frosted donuts because those are really good.
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah, they have it's not string cheese, but it's like little slabs of a medium cheddar cheese that they sell that you're supposed to like kind of chop up and
Little
like
snack pieces.
yeah, just grab one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, this is probably really good too. And I
I
go
love
and
it.
buy a Mountain Dew because I always get a Mountain Dew when I'm in there. And I kind of just go to the counter and was like, hey, what's going on? She's like, yeah, pretty good. She could tell that there was something going on. There's something wrong.
My dude's got a Fountain Dew, a slab of cheese, and a sleeve of donuts.
Hell yeah.
Something is going on.
He is partying tonight. Oh man, what a partier! I pay her. Of course, it's not like I'm not that out of it that I'm just walking out of the store. But I pay her and I'm like, you gotta go back. And I kind of go back to my car and I'm like, oh, my wings. Yes! I'm really hungry, man. I should go get my wings. And then I take my car and I park it in the parking lot where I'm going to be the night. Don't get high and drive, kids.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going very far.
Yeah.
I knew the parking lot is empty. It's a huge parking lot, completely empty.
You just floated your car into
Yeah.
its spot.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't even
think
know if you touched the ignition. You might have just done that with psychic fucking powers.
Yeah, I probably just pushed the car.
Allegedly. Just eat
Yeah.
a couple donuts and fucking guide this thing right in.
But yeah, I go back, I get my wings, and I'm kind of sitting in my front seat like, man, I'm feeling pretty damn good right now. I'm gonna get my wings. I eat those things like an animal. I would have been ashamed if someone watched me eat those wings.
I have been there, dude.
Yeah, dude.
This is where they're starting to get really strong. It's like, man, I'm not doing too good. Like I close my eyes and I'm seeing like visions and like all kinds of like colors and formations. I'm like, man, those are pretty strong.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Finish my wings. I think I completely forgot about the cheese until it was warm.
Yeah.
And I eat my donuts. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting kind of tired. I think I'm going to go to bed. And I take off my shorts. So I'm just sitting in my underwear and a t-shirt right now. And my flip-flops. And I'm kind of just like sitting on the bed inside my car.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm really not that tired anymore.
Oh no.
I should probably put on my shorts. So where are they? I can't find my shorts at all. So I'm kind of just sitting there in a t-shirt and my underwear. I'm like, my cheese! Oh, my cheese! And I devour my cheese. I'm like,
Best cheese ever.
oh man, this is not that good. Why is it so warm? Oh, this is nasty.
Warm slab of cheddar.
Dude.
And I kind of like try and start to fall asleep a little bit. I'm trying really hard, but the like
But you're full blown tripping at
I'm
this
full
point.
blown
Yes.
tripping. Like,
Yeah.
man, this is getting really intense. And
It's
then
still coming up on you too.
Like you're like at this point the food is almost like keeping you centered. Like
yeah, God, I don't know what would have happened to me if I didn't eat a ton of food right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, this would have been so much worse of a story.
like you're just this balloon on this fucking little tether just fucking floating out.
Yeah, dude.
But I was like, yeah, man, and I like, oh, I'm here, I'm surviving, I'm doing okay, and I start to kind of like feel this little bit of like pain in my chest.
No.
And I was like, oh man, I must not have those wings, man.
Oh, no.
Those wings. Oh no, it was the cheddar. It was the cheese. Oh, it's starting to really hurt. And I kind of like start to feel my chest, and I can feel my heart is pounding.
Oh my god.
And
The
no.
classic fucking thing, dude.
The
Yeah.
pain starts to get bigger, and I can feel my heart starting to beat super fast. Super fast. I'm like, oh my god.
Dude.
Am I having a heart attack right now?
Yeah, classic. This is so the classic thing, right?
Oh my
Get too
God.
high, start feeling your organs do the things they do, and then you're just like, I'm dying. I
Yep.
must be dying.
The fucking anxiety feedback loop.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it gets better. So my heart's pounding, and then eventually I stop like feeling the beat. Like,
I lost it.
am I about to die? There's pain all over my chest. I can't feel my heartbeat anymore. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to die.
God damn it.
And then I remember, wait a second, no one's ever died from weed before.
True facts.
Right.
But what if this was laced with something?
What if it's laced?
What if this laced with like a bad like bit of acid or something? I was like, oh no.
Oh, all the 90s
no.
propaganda is coming back. Like,
Do they make fentanyl in gummies now?
Oh no, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die alone. So I open my car door and I start running in my t-shirt and underwear to the Pizza Hut.
oh my god!
And the other delivery driver, the closing delivery driver, is like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I need to find Alex. And I'm just staggering and like trying to not fall over.
Socks and drawers and t-shirt. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
And I like click the numbers, get back in, and he's like, hey, but what's wrong? Alex, I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm dying. He's like, oh my god. And then he kind of starts to realize that it's, I've had edibles that night. He's like, okay, well, you know what? Here. Sit down. Can you? And they're kind of like checking me out. And Monique kind of stayed around. She's the closing driver. And they are terrified.
Oh no! Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, do we have to get him to a hospital?
Well, right, because like from their experience, you're just like this perfectly reasonable dude, like,
right?
who would never freak out about anything. Like,
so you guys remember me at Red Castle?
Yeah, this
like
is
how like I
this
like
is very out of character.
Yeah.
I like helped and did everything and helped other people, and
like you're a fucking rock.
If they
dude.
didn't know how to do something, I'd show them how to do it. I'm kind of the same way at Pizza Hut, except there's a lot more what's the term? Rotation of employees. I can't remember the term for it.
Yeah, turnover.
That's it.
Yep.
There's a lot of turnover, so I'm always training someone or helping someone.
Oh,
with
so you're
something.
the old man there. Like,
Kinda, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been there longer than me, but I'm the one that's kind of like helping train.
Oh, got it. No, you're the training expert.
Kinda, yeah. So this
the training expert for no extra pay.
Well, that's what the raise is.
Yeah, right.
If I get it, now I'm telling the story. We'll
Right.
see.
Well, I'm going to give you a card that you can give your boss with our fucking podcast info on it.
Rad. This is cool. This is really cool.
Hell yeah. Props to Ricky.
For the listener at home, you can get other sweet swag from us if you want this design that you can't see right now on a coaster or a shirt
Or a sticker.
or a button.
I might not give this to my boss, but I'm definitely going to put it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
There's more of those too. So
That's
don't
rad.
don't even sweat that.
But yeah, I'm dying in this chair. And Monique eventually leaves, and she gives me this big bottle of water. And the moment I take a drink, I start to immediately feel a little bit better. So it turns out that
Dehydrated.
I was just dehydrated the entire time.
Yep. Been there.
But it was severe enough at the time that Alex, the manager, calls one of his nurse friends, and they FaceTime with me.
Oh my god!
And they treat me like a 4-year-old because I'm acting like a 4-year-old. And he's like, yeah, are you okay, buddy? He's like, oh, this water's pretty good. I'm feeling fine now. Yeah.
Could you just take another big sip of that for me?
Yeah. And so, I sit in this chair probably about 15 minutes while Alex keeps an eye on me. I give him back the phone, and the nurse was like, yeah, he's gonna be fine. It doesn't seem like there's anything actually wrong with him. It seems like he's just having a bad trip.
And like, she should have fucking told him what's up for making you eat the extra edible.
Oh, he didn't mention it. Neither one of us mentioned it. I mean, to her, she has no idea what I took. And so I kind of sit there and I'm chugging on this water for a good 10 or 15 minutes here. I'm like, I'm starting to feel okay. I think I'm going to go back to my car. And I kind of go back to the car and I, stagger my way and I keep drinking out of this water. I refilled it before I left. And I drank way too much water. I drank probably a liter and a half of water in the span of 5 minutes.
Wow.
Like a ton of water.
You were getting into it.
Yeah, because it was helping. Like,
Right. Oh,
this
yeah.
is helping. I'm going to drink all of it and then some.
Yep.
And about 15 minutes later, I saw my chicken again.
I was gonna say, your brain doesn't really want you to drink that much water.
Right.
All at once.
I mean, I think I was going to throw up anyway, but my body was telling me you need something to lubricate the process.
There we go. Because you don't want to be dry
That's
heaving
what you
edibles.
mean. That's what you mean. You saw your chicken again. I thought you still had a few left over, and you're like, I sure am hungry again.
Oh yeah.
Do I got any of that cheese left?
You know, looking back, that cheese actually was pretty good. Even though it was like warm,
Yeah.
it was still pretty good.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, you know, like cheese does have that spot where like it's not good. Like if you melt it, great.
Yep.
Like hot, good. Cold, great.
Yep.
But
But
In
like
the middle.
room temperature cheese,
just starts sweating a little bit, and you're like,
unless it's already spreadable, like no one wants that. Like
No.
sweaty cheddar, hard no.
for real.
Yeah, I think I threw up like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. Luckily, I opened my door in time. I had the conscience to open my door before I upheaved.
Good man, good man. And honestly, like you probably would have kept getting higher if you hadn't barfed at that point. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
But yeah, even after like throwing up, I still was drinking water because like I still felt like I need to hydrate. I didn't throw up again after like the 3rd time.
Binge and purge.
Right. But yeah. And then like I eventually go to sleep. Like I kind of see more of the visions. I still am still like seeing them when I close my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a crazy like.
Eyelid movies, dude.
Oh man.
Flying through like fractals and shit. Like, okay.
I woke up the next morning and I felt awful. I felt so bad. I could tell I wasn't high, but my brain also like wasn't right.
Oh yeah. Weed hangover is real.
So I got in my car and I went to my grandmother's house. Like I knew I was fine to drive. I wasn't like swerving all over the road. Obviously, like
Sure.
if I didn't think I was able to drive, if I thought I was still like high, I wouldn't have gone. But I need to be in like a safe spot for the day. Luckily, I had the day off, which was kind of also what prompted the edible use in the first place.
Well, right.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go pass out and fucking. Who cares?
Right.
You know.
So I get to my grandmother's house and I sleep the entire day.
Damn.
From like 9 a.m. I don't think I left her house until like 8. I think I wake up in about 4-hour segments. And I was like, man, you know, I'm still like really not feeling it myself. And I go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep.
Damn.
And by the time I was like done with that, like, oh man, it's nighttime. And so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just find a spot to sleep for the night. Like actually sleep, not high hangover sleep.
Sure.
Right.
And next day, I'm still not feeling myself, and I don't think I've like quite felt myself for like a week after. Like, it was rough.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of like the thing, though, right? Like, cannabis is a psychoactive, and like when you take high quantities, you basically fucking have a psychedelic experience.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
trip balls, man.
And that will like kind of rewire your ass for a minute.
Absolutely.
I looked up online after the fact, and it said that ingesting cannabis versus smoking it, you get 4 times the effect
Yeah.
of ingesting it than
100%.
smoking it.
I mean,
yeah, can't
which is-
confirm.
In the back of my mind, I knew that, but man, did I not consider it. Did I not consider it at all when I decided to take 2 30-milligram edibles for my first.
What are you, some kind of pussy?
Yeah, right?
When I got to my grandmother's house, she didn't even know what had happened. I just told her I wasn't feeling well. And I was like, man, you know, I'm not really feeling well. I think I just need to sleep here for the day. She's like, oh, yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't even tell her till a few
sweetheart.
weeks. Yeah, oh, she's the best. I wouldn't be able to live in my car if it wasn't for her. Because, like, I go and do laundry there, and I help
great.
her with stuff.
That's nice that you have
I
that.
make sure she gets exercise and all that as well. So it's mutual.
Yeah.
But I didn't even tell her about it till a few weeks later, and she died laughing. I told a much more abridged version of that story. Yeah,
Sure.
She died laughing a lot. And I actually ended up giving the rest of them to her.
Oh.
Because I know that she likes to take edibles sometimes, and her caretaker likes to take edibles.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Her caretaker is a very seasoned connoisseur. Let's say.
Yeah.
Excellent.
She took one, and she was like, "Oh, these are really strong. These are pretty bad." And
Which yeah, like makes me wonder, like, because the dude just like pulled him out of a Ziploc, like
he must have had him in like a tub or something.
and like who even knows like if what he told you was accurate on like how strong they were too.
Well, and so here's the fucking shitty thing about edibles is like we don't have a whole lot of quality control, and like it's very difficult to know how much weed is in each bite of each huge fucking patty that they're making. You know what I'm saying? Because like we don't have a whole lot of scientific data on how THC dissolves.
It's not like they're going in and
fucking
testing each unit that goes out the door, and it's like that one's fucking this, that one's this.
So it's easy to get one that's more concentrated than another.
That makes
and
total
like,
sense.
If you're doing all the end cuts from like big trays, which is what I'm guessing he has, you know, like
they were like very small square cubes.
Yeah, and like probably slightly irregular, you know, like so it's all weird end cuts, and like who knows how much is in each weird little corner, you know?
Right,
so, like,
totally. Yeah, he's like, this is probably 30. I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, you know, maybe they've all just been sitting in a bag together, like fucking getting like fucking weird goo all over them and shit. You know,
yeah, dude, totally.
It's just a fucking soup pot at that point.
Oh,
you
man,
know, like
seriously. Yeah, I mean, like, I've smoked weed for like 25 years, and like used to smoke heavily. Hardly anymore. Like my tolerance has changed a lot, but I mean 6 years ago or whatever, I took a 5 milligram gummy and went to Radiohead, and I felt like I had taken a hit of acid. I mean, I couldn't get out of my chair, man. I was just fucking...
Fuck, I want some of those now.
Yeah, I was just like melted into my seat, fucking watching Radiohead, just like, holy shit, man. Like, it was fucking... And I mean... So, like, I can't even imagine taking 60 milligrams. Like, that would fucking... Yeah, I'd be in my underwear fucking
it was a
running
lot.
down the street, man.
You know,
like, easily, dude.
I'm really happy that I wasn't, like, just parked somewhere random. Like, because normally...
No kidding. At least you're in a safe place, you know?
I am really happy that you had, like, some folks around that could, like, talk you down and give you some water and shit, dude.
When I don't work the next day at Pizza Hut, I'll just park somewhere else and sleep. But if I'm working the next day, or if I'm just gonna be involved with Pizza Hut all throughout the day, I'm just gonna stay in the parking lot because it's a safe spot. The one spot I park at has a camera, which I'd love to get the footage for at this point.
You're right.
That'd be great to get the footage.
Oh my god!
You get it. We'll put it on the show notes.
Oh yeah, I'd love to get the footage.
In his underwear in a parking lot.
Yeah, I mean that's not that uncommon around here anymore. But
God damn it.
It's pretty uncommon for me. But
I believe that.
It was quite the experience, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing edibles anytime soon.
Yeah, man. I mean, at least work up, you know. Go to the 5 milligrams, and then see how that goes, you know.
So I maintain that I've never had a bad. Well, okay, I've had a really weird trip on psychedelics, but like I've never really had like what I consider to be a bad trip where I was just like, fuck, I want to turn this off. Like I can't do this anymore on psychedelics. Like that has not ever happened to me that I can remember. Mm-hmm. I have had a lot of uncomfortable times on fucking edibles.
Literally. Yeah.
Oh my god. Like I love smoking weed. Like I get high all day every day, and like dude, like there's been a number of times where I'm just like fucking sitting there sweating, like feeling my heart beating through my fucking chest, and like the lights are too fucking bright, and I'm like, I just wish this was over now. And it's weed, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just fucking weed. It's that's insane.
Yeah, Ricky and I took half a cookie once, and it was way too much. Like we were like both way too high, but like talking each other down. Like I'd be like, I don't think this is ever gonna end. I think we're fucked. I think this is fucked.
This is it.
And Ricky'd be like, no, remember, like you can't die off weed. Like, just like it's fine. But then like 10 minutes later, they'd be like pacing around the room, and they're like, I don't know, man. Like maybe this is fucked. Like maybe and I'd be like, no, remember, just like close your eyes, and then it's like that doesn't help. And they're just doing this for like hours, man, and it's like fuck. Like, yeah.
What if we're the first ones to die off of weed?
You literally
That's exactly what I thought!
like, okay, I know that can't happen, but like, I feel in such a way that like, how could it not be like happening right now? Like,
that was exactly my thought. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be the first to die off of edibles. Like, or oh my god, this has something else in it. It's got to. Oh, this isn't good, man.
Yeah, you start getting into like all those spirally thoughts. Yeah, like what else is in this? Oh man. Did that cheese interact? You know?
Is this fucking cheese? Yeah, no.
Is that what I get for mixing cheese and donuts?
When I was in high school, like that was the thing that was going around. You know, like people were like, "Oh man, I smoked some weed that had some acid in it, and it fucked me up."
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, thankfully, like very shortly after high school, like I started doing a lot of research into drugs and like found out that like you literally can't smoke acid, and like
you can't.
Also, like.
And lacing weed's like ridiculous.
Yeah, well, and also just like did some number crunching and was like, oh, literally no one is adding more drugs to weed and then like giving it to people because like that means that they're just giving away drugs.
Right.
And
no one does that.
Yeah, they're like, well, I got all this extra PCP around. You know, it'd be cool. Lace the weed and then sell it to high schoolers.
Yeah, let's lace this fucking Mexi weed and like sell it to high schoolers.
Yeah,
like,
let's definitely like put some weird drugs into some weed so that kids have a bad freak out time and go to the hospital and this shit comes directly back to me.
Yeah.
That seems like a great move. I'm just giving that shit away.
Yeah, our business model is scaring kids out of never smoking weed again.
It seems like a pretty bad business model.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that, and that was the thing. Is just like fucking indoor cannabis had become so potent by that point that like, you know, fucking a kid who never smokes weed smokes a ton of it and fucking hallucinates. They just assume that it's fucking LSD, and it's like, no, you just got really high, man.
Yeah, like, you just got really high. Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I smoked like Kind Bud, you know, which is like just what you get now. But I mean, back in my younger days, we used to just get fucking brickweed like shipped from Mexico. And it still had seeds and stems in it, and you had to fucking take all that shit out and, like, break it all up, and it was nasty, and you could smoke a fucking ounce with, like, your 3 friends and like,
just get a headache.
And then just be like, cool, we're high. Yeah. But, yeah, the first time we went to, like, my friend's sister's house, who was, like, growing, and they, like, busted out, like, good fucking weed that they had just harvested. And, I mean, yeah, dude, like, we got obliterated. Yeah, my buddy fucking... He got dizzy and puked, like, because we were staring at a tree, and he was oh, and then fucking fell over and puked. And like,
I've seen that so many fucking times among teenagers, you know? Like,
totally. And it was just like, whoa, that shit will really fucking do it to you.
Yeah.
Like, weed can be very, very strong.
Like, especially if you're, like, smoking it out of a fucking gravity bong like a bunch of fucking lunatics. You know? Like,
Sure. Or just mainlining it by eating it.
Dude, exactly. And that's the thing is like, you know, if you're smoking it, like you're coughing it out, you know, like you can't hold it in your lungs so long that it's gonna make you fucking, you know,
eventually
jump out of your car in your socks. But like,
I mean, by the 9th bong rip, you're just like, okay, I can barely do this anymore, you know.
But like, by the time your body's like, oh man, we should probably vomit. You're already
fucked.
So like high. Simpsons fucking hallucination land, you know? Like, Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Fuck.
Well, I'm super glad that you're still here with us.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm glad you weren't the first to fucking...
Yeah, it turns out you weren't the first to die from eating too many edibles.
I'd go down a living legend.
Local man dies in his socks and underwear in a parking lot in Gresham.
Wing in hand.
One drum in one hand and a wrapper of a cheese stick in the other.
Yes.
Totally.
Sketchy edibles found to be the culprit.
Totally.
I gave my grandmother those edibles like, I don't know, probably a month ago, and when I went back like 2-3 weeks later, they were almost all gone.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
Grandma gets down.
I think she kept them in her freezer. I don't know if that's a thing.
That's a thing.
Absolutely. Sure.
That's a thing.
And
keeps it from degrading.
I was like, I just brought it up. I was like, hey, do you still have any of those edibles? And she's like, no.
Honey, no.
They're almost gone, sweetie. Do you want them back? I was like, no.
I'm just curious how much you were doing.
Like, that's the thing. If I didn't smoke, fuck, I would be eating edibles, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I would be eating too many edibles. I would have an expensive habit. Like, Jesus.
I wouldn't be surprised if she actually sold some of them, because that was a lot of edibles.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Fuck, Granny, get it.
Yeah, like make your money, sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be part of it anymore.
Right?
Yeah, you're like,
that night was enough.
And I've closed the book on that.
Right.
It is both a very embarrassing story, but it's a story that people need to hear.
Look,
This is a cautionary tale.
it fucking is, man. Fucking look out for that shit, man.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
weed will fuck you right up, dude, if you're not ready for it.
Like, I can't. I'm sure I've told this story on the pod before, but if I haven't, we'll tell it soon. But like,
let's go.
I lost control of my legs one night because I fucking just ate too much weed food. And like, I'd been warned. Like, the guy who fucking made these brownies was like, "Yo, buddy, I put straight keef in the frosting because I thought it would be good."
Yeah.
Like, literally, don't eat more than an inch square of this because it will fuck you up. And like, I ate an inch square, and like, I got wicked high, and it was a lot of fun. And then I was like, yeah, but it's Halloween, man. Like,
Oh no!
let's get fucking spooky, right? And so, you know, me and my roommate were gonna watch a fucking zombie movie, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get uncomfortably high on purpose, but not too high, right? Like, it's gonna be fine. Like, I'm just gonna be a little like, ooh, and like, holy shit, we put on 28 weeks later, and like,
Oh my god, that opening scene is fucking nuts.
I want to watch that movie. Like,
Yeah.
I will watch the shit out of everything to do with the first 5 minutes of 28 weeks later. The rest of the movie, it's just like,
Less
why?
good, yeah.
Why is he trying to eat his children? This is really stressing me out. Oh, and he just keeps showing up. And like, it was like we had our AC up just a little too high in that house, and like, I kept getting cold, and like, I couldn't move, and my roommate's like, buddy, get a blanket. And like, finally I actually get up to get a blanket because I've just been like huddled in the corner of the couch in fetal position, you know, and like, finally try to get up, and like, my feet are just dragging behind me like I'm fucking crippled.
Man.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
28 weeks later, your legs start working again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh god, we've become a paralysis has set in. Like, I was warned about this. Oh god,
Oh man.
my roommate's just cackling on the couch, like, just unable to get up because she's just fucking watching me limp. Like,
You're just fucking Harold and Kumar at that point.
pretty much.
Like, we're our own stoner movie. Great. Yep.
And the movie ends, and like, she's like, okay, good night. And I'm like sitting there in like really bright light in the basement, just like, what do I do now? I'm really uncomfortable. Like, I know I'm okay. Like, of course I'm okay. Like, I know everything that's happening right now, but I'm just so uncomfortable. And I can't go to sleep. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I'm just like sitting there, like, looping through these thoughts.
Yep.
And finally, my fucking other roommate, Dan, comes charging down the stairs, half in the bag, and he's like, buddy, hey! And like, fucking tackles me on the couch and like smooches me on the face. And he's like, and I'm all stiff and weird, just like, oh, what's going on? And he's just like, are you okay? And I'm like,
No.
hey, you know, I'm not okay, but like, it's okay. Like, I know what's going on. I'm just like, I'm too uncomfortably high right now. But
I'll get better eventually.
exactly,
Yeah.
just giving him the whole spiel. He's like, buddy, dude, you just want to like watch some Adventure Time, and I'm like, yes,
Yep.
yes, let's watch some Adventure Time right now. And he's like, okay.
You just need someone else to put the good idea into your head, too.
Yep.
It's like, oh my god. Yeah, because you can't, like, be bothered to think of the correct thing to do.
No, I was just sitting there stressing out about how fucking high I was,
Yeah.
and he's like, man, like, let's get your mind off of that and fucking, you know, it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine being that high that I was off of edibles and then watching something like Adventure Time. Because Adventure Time has, from what I remember, has some pretty interesting visuals.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, you know, being as high as I was and then watching something similar to that, or that, must have been something out of this world.
It was
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Love it.